Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is one of the most beautiful games I've seen in a long time, but is it one of the year's best? Let's find out. So hey everybody, my name is Warwick and welcome to another review video. If it's your first time here, thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. I mainly stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Warwick, but you can also find me here right now. So if you want to give us a like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But today we're going to be talking about Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Want to make a big shout out to Ubisoft for the review code. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm going to talk about my thoughts and feelings of the game, a bit about what's going on, what I've played thus far. Just, yeah, give a bit of a review of the game. So as you can see, there's some opening scenes happening right now, basically establishing the world that we're a part of. We start as a young Navi who is being captive by humans because apparently the outside world is dangerous. But most of how these stories go, things aren't always how they seem. And as you can tell, things aren't going well in this base, and so it seems like some other Navis are trying to help us escape or trying to free us. So the humans don't want that to happen. They will use any means necessary for us not to escape. Thankfully, we do have some help from sort of Navi humans, which is great. So this is straight away establishing what's going on in the world, what's happening, anything else. Things aren't going well. Like, we're confused. We've only known this world. Like, we got taken away from our mother at a very young age, so we don't really remember much. And now we're like, what's going on? Who do we trust? Do we trust these people? Do we trust the humans? We don't know who to trust. Alma's trying to calm things down and stuff and trying to save us. And one of the things to save us is basically to freeze us and put us to sleep for many years. I think it's established about 15 years. So a long time. So this is sort of straight away establishing the world, establishing what's going on, what is at stakes as well. And it's a great opening. Like, again, if you don't know the world of Avatar, you won't be missing out because it establishes things very, very well. And then you make your character, which is always a great staple of any video game. So this is your character, this is who you play as, and you've got a wonderful selection of customization. So you've got the face, you can change the face like stars and stuff. And if you want to go more in depth, you can go to customize. So each bit you can customize little fine tunings. And then you've got like hairstyles, you can change the different colors as well if you want to. And then you've got patterns on your skin, you can change how they want. And one of the great things was the voice. So you got a masculine voice, feminine voice, and also like a neutral one, which was really cool to hear. So that was really cool that they're inclusive of different voices and styles and stuff, which is great. But yeah, then we go back and we have woken up I think about 15 years. I could be wrong, but I think about 15. So a long time. The world has changed. We're still alive, thankfully. We still don't know what's going on. Our bodies are still waking up, but this is a great sort of opening, sort of understand like the basics and like the controls of the game. So as you can see, like we are starting to control our character, and straight away, like I'm crouching right now. Like you think, okay, this isn't too tall. I'm crouching. So when I stand up, you can see how tall we are. Like compared to like humans, we are very tall. We've got stealth options, which for me, as you will see very quickly, I'm not good with the stealth. I'm not that great. They saw me straight away and I just had to leg it. What is great though is there's this mechanic where you can sort of do like a slide crouch. It's really handy because it's just like, it's very quick and getting me out of trouble a lot. So yeah, this whole thing is learning about the basics, and then the game really starts when you find the outside world for the very first time. Like you don't remember this world. So this is all new to you. So as you can see, like you two like going in and see the fauna just overlapping everything. And then you just come to this. It's indescribable, honestly. This is all gameplay from me. And I just had to stop and just take it all in. It's absolutely awe-inspiring. Like, it's so beautiful. One of the most beautiful games I've played in a long time. Like, the world that they've built is phenomenal. And then I decided to punch a plant because I was like, you know what? Why not? I don't know why I did that. I thought, let's try it out. But anyway, so this is where the game starts proper. Like, you are controlling your character and you are finally in Pandora, in the world of Pandora. Like, before you were like captive, like in the human sort of like bunkers and stuff, where now you're finally outside. You're finally taken in this world. And for you as a character, as you as the player, you're seeing this for the first time. Every step you take, you just have to take it all in, just look and just go, wow. Because it feels incredible. Everything about it is just incredible. And just, I could have stared at the scenery for hours. But like I said, as you're going through, you are again learning about who you are as a character, learning about the basics, about sort of the world, what's going on. Humans aren't great. We seem to know in most games, humans aren't always the best. And then we sort of basically get our footing, really. We learn about sort of the world that we're in. We start learning about sort of like movement, like you can run. There's a lot of different mechanics with the jumping. And then you start learning or meeting new characters. And these more characters establish more of the world, what's going on, why we're being taken, what's going on, who we're fighting for. And then you start learning about the combat side. So this is where we sort of get our bow for the very first time from this character and basically start learning about one of the basics of the game, which is combat. So we start with a bow. There are other weapons you can use, both Navi weapons as well as human weapons. But for first of all, like your staple is the bow. So with your bow, you have to do like sort of gathering resources. And so you've got this Navi sense, which is this little blue sort of like aura in your screen. And that will highlight any things around you. So any like markers on your map, any sort of like loot or any collectibles or any resources. You can see some of it's highlighted there. So use that to highlight where it is and you can sort of go towards it, gather it up. So with this particular section, we're gathering material to make our arrows, but we've kind of got no arrows at the moment. So we need some arrows because we can't just well, you could just hit someone with a bow, but it's not as effective. So there goes some sticks. So you gather the sticks. And then you can start crafting stuff, sort of your bows and everything else there. And then also you sort of like, there's like food as well, sort of like resources in these boxes that you can take. And some of the stuff is like spare parts you can use for like get other resources later in the game. So that was handy. So it's always good to use that Navi sense to sort of get a bearing of where you are and just gather anything you can. Like the more you gather, the better. So there we go. So got a bow, got an arrow. I'm just checking out the controls there. And then next bit is get the humans that have attacked our friend. So again, a bit more exploring and sort of using our map and how it works. So there's the map there. So it's a really cool map. And you can see like the markers where we need to go. You can sort of like unmark or mark. You can sort of change things and like in the map and then using that to navigate yourself towards your next objective or whatever your marker was or your waypoint is. And then obviously we get into the battles proper. So here we are. So I'm fighting one of the machines. And so you sort of use their weak points and basically just try to survive while you shoot them, really. So you've got obviously bar at the bottom, which is obviously your energy and your health. So obviously you don't want that to go down, but then you go down. What is really good about the arrow is if you get a headshot, even if you get like a good enough shot, they're pretty much down. So the arrows are very, very powerful and very, very good. The humans aren't that great in this game. They're not super powerful. When in their mecha robots, they're not too bad. But yeah, so you sort of clear out the humans there and then you sort of gather back to your friend there. There we go. And then we learn about another mechanic about healing. So there's these certain plants that live on this world, which can heal you. I honestly thought he was about to smoke it, but you eat it. So, you know, I guess whatever way you want to do it. Like, again, like just straight away, like the building of the world is incredible. Like they really sort of ease you into it. It feels natural in the way how you're learning things. Like earlier when we woke up after being asleep for like 15 years, like, oh, you know, you need to learn sort of how to move again. That makes sense in the way that you were moving. And then with the combat, like, oh, our friend's down, we've got a bow. You haven't used a bow before, so of course you're going to learn about it. And so we start properly in this open world around here. So this is basically now you can basically do what you want. Obviously there are objectives and you've not done too much now. So you want to sort of follow objectives, but you can in theory explore everywhere, which I did for a little bit. One of the things I will say, what I loved about this game was accessibility and sort of like different choices that you had. So there's a different like languages and audio choices. You can sort of a lot of things you could change, like captions, closed captioning. There were subtitle sizes. People were colorblind. You got different backgrounds for subtitles as well. There's a lot of accessibility here, which was really great to see. And there's so much there that I feel like it would benefit a lot of people out there to play the game that they want to play and make it as comfortable for them, which is always great to see. So as you actually go in the game, as I say about resources, is you meet these characters in this space that the sort of humans are helping us or helping the Navi because they believe that the humans shouldn't be there. They're on our side, as far as we know anyway. And so you got like these resource points where you can exchange like spare parts with costumes and outfits and stuff, which will benefit you, like give you more strength, more like this one gives you 3% more stealth. Don't know how a bag gives you more stealth, but hey, you know what? I'll take it. And you got different clothing, which gives you extra health and different things. So the more spare parts and more resources you get, the more stuff you can replace with that. So you can change your outfits right there. With that, we're in this menu as well. What was really cool is there's like this sort of, you can like scan things in the game. So when you use that Navi sense, you can scan items. So everything you scan, you can actually look at and actually learn about in game. So you got actually like 3D models and you got like whole text about stuff and everything you've scanned so far, as you can see, is there. So you got AMP Assault, which is a big mecha. and you can explain and you can look at it. And also what's great about this is where you can also start learning about weak spots as well. Again, it's establishing the world, establishing what's going on, establishing all the mechanics and stuff, and sort of learning about what's going on, what's happening in this world. And in this cutscene right now, we're learning about the humans are basically drilling Pandora. And because of that, pollution is everywhere. Like, it's ruining like the world. Like, you see that color that we saw earlier in the world. Well, now you'll see what the humans are doing. So suddenly you see this like horrible, dark, muddy, grays world because the humans are drilling stuff. And so we want to stop them. So you got these bases that they've taken, and you basically need to clear them out, get basically your land back. There's different ways you can do this. You can also do it like a stealth way. I went basically all guns blazing and they alerted loads of their friends. So lots of people turned up. But as you can see, like the smog and stuff is like, it's really hard to see sometimes. Like, you can usually narrow sensors to find where enemies are and they will tag them, which is very handy. But like, as that smog, it makes things really hard to see because it just feels like what they're doing is ruining the earth. So you really feel like it's happening there. With that, you take out the enemies, you take out all the machines and stuff, and then you take out their drilling elements as it's on fire right here, right now. And once we do that, basically we bring back that part of that world, like the fauna starts growing and stuff. But yeah, I just absolutely love this game. It was absolutely lovely to look at. Like, just looking at the beauty here, just like looking at like sort of this neon effect on the plants stuff is absolutely incredible. Just like, if you know the movies, like if it feels like you're in the movies, like that world of Pandora is absolutely gorgeous. It really, really is. And the game developers have really captured that element. Like, you really feel like you are part of this world. You are a Navi exploring this world, and for everything about it and stuff. It's like incredible colors and stuff. And, you know, it's just really, really fun. Mechanics may seem a bit basic to people who are used to these types of games, but I think what makes up for that is just the world of the beauty of it. You really feel like you're part of this world. You really feel like you are living in this world. And again, I've only scratched the surface, so I've only learned the very basics at the moment about what's going on and stuff. There's a whole world to explore. There's a lot more things to do, but it just feels engrossing, and I can't wait to explore more with these characters. Like, you really feel for them. They're really people that you want to root for, and you hear that, like, the struggles and everything else. And it's absolutely fantastic. Like I said, if you enjoy the world of Pandora and Avatar, you will love this game. And even if you haven't played those games before, or haven't played those movies before, or even know about the world, I would say give it a go. Like, I would say some of the combat stuff may seem a bit basic, but I think the world makes up for it. Like, this world wants to be explored, and I want to explore more. Well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like I said, my name is Warwick, and I do like review videos. If you want to see more, please let me know. But until then, take care, and we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.